What are the fastest goals to be scored ever in English Premier League?
There are very many fastest goals that have ever been scored in the history of English Premier League. But today I can select for you only 10 fastest goals that have ever been scored in the history of English Premier League. But out of the 10 goals, 8 were scored from away.
Yes!
Number 10 was a goal scored by James Beattie for Southampton by then.
Yes!
That goal was scored on 28 August 2004 when Southampton was playing Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. What else do you know about this man?
James Beattie scored this goal from 25 yards away, putting Southampton on the lead.
Yes, later on, James Beattie's happiness turned into agony when 33 minutes later he scored an own goal. This has happened only 56 times in the history of English Premier League, whereby a player has scored a goal and an own goal in the same match. However, Chelsea came from behind to beat Southampton 2-1 to maintain the 100% record, therefore making James Beattie the 10th player to score the fastest goal in the history of English Premier League.
Number 9.
Number 9 is Kevin Nolan for Bolton Wanderers by then. He scored this goal at 13.48 seconds on 10th January 2004 when Bolton Wanderers was playing Blackburn Rovers at Ewood Park. What else do you know about this match?
I remember very well that is when the ball was kicked from the center of the field, long forward.
Yes, this is one of the 5 first-minute goals that have ever been scored by Bolton Wanderers in the history of English Premier League.
Yes!
And 3 out of the 5 goals has been assisted by Kevin Davies. In that match, Bolton Wanderers beat Blackburn Rovers 4-3, making Kevin Nolan the 9th player to score the fastest goal in the history of English Premier League.
Number 8.
Number 8 is Chris Sutton for Blackburn Rovers by then. He scored this goal at 12.94 seconds on 1st April 1995 when Blackburn Rovers was playing Everton at Goodison Park. What else do you know about this?
Yes, Everton has this history of being 1-0 down in the first minute of EPL games.
Yes, Everton has conceded 10 goals in the first minute of the match in EPL history, more than any other team in English Premier League. In that match, Everton was beaten 2-1 away by Blackburn Rovers, making Chris Sutton the 8th player in history of English Premier League to score the fastest goal in a match.
Number 7.
Number 7 is Dwight York for Aston Villa by then. He scored this goal at 12.16 seconds on 30th September 1995. This was when Aston Villa was playing Coventry City at Highfield. What else do you know?
This was the fastest goal ever to be scored by the head in the history of EPL.
Yes, Dwight York is from Trinidad and Tobago, and he became the first non-Englishman in November 2000 to score 100 goals in EPL. In that match, Aston Villa beat Coventry City 3-0 away, making Dwight York the 7th player to score the fastest goal in the history of EPL.
Number 6.
Number 6 is Mark Viduka for Leeds United by then. He scored this goal at 11.90 seconds on 17th March 2001 when Charlton Athletics was playing Leeds United at the Valley. What else do you know about this?
This is the fastest goal to be scored ever by a non-European in the history of English Premier League.
Yes, Leeds United had scored 6 goals in the history of English Premier League in the first minute. But interestingly, none of them came from home side. In this match, Leeds United beat Charlton Athletics 2-1 away, making Mark Viduka the 6th player in history of English Premier League to score the fastest goal in an EPL match.
Number 5.
Number 5 is Christian Eriksen for Tottenham Hotspur by then. He scored this goal at 10.54 seconds on 31st January 2018 when Tottenham Hotspur was playing Manchester City at the Wembley Stadium. What else do you know?
This is the fastest goal ever at the new Wembley Stadium
Yes, Tottenham Hotspur has the history of scoring in the first minute of an EPL game with a total of 11 goals behind Chelsea and Everton, who are tying with 12 goals. In this match, Tottenham Hotspur beat Manchester City 2-0 at home, making Christian Eriksen the fifth player to score the fastest goal in the history of EPL.
Yes. Number 4.
Number 4 is Alan Shearer for Newcastle by then. He scored this goal at 10.52 seconds on 18th January 2003 when Newcastle was playing Manchester City at St. James Park.
Yes.
What else do you know?
This is the fastest goal ever for Newcastle in the history of EPL.
Yes, also this was the fastest goal in the history of English Premier League to be scored by a left foot. In this match, Newcastle beat up Manchester City 2-0 at home, making Alan Shearer the fourth player to score the fastest goal in the history of EPL.
Number 3.
Number 3 is Ledley King for Tottenham Hotspur by then. He scored this goal at 9.52 seconds on 9th December 2000. This is when Bradford City was playing Tottenham Hotspur at the Valley. What else do you know?
This man was not expected to score because he was a defender,
not a striker. Yes, also this match ended on a 3-3 draw, making Ledley King the third player in the history of English Premier League to score the fastest goal in an EPL match.
Number 2.
Number 2 is Philip Billing for Bournemouth. He scored this goal at 9.11 seconds on 4th March 2023. This was when Bournemouth was playing Arsenal at the Emirates. What else do you know?
Bournemouth has always been a nightmare for Arsenal.
Yes, in this match, Bournemouth was leading Arsenal 2-0. But Arsenal had to come back and beat Bournemouth 3-2. And definitely Arsenal won this match. And however, therefore, making Philip Billing the second player to score the fastest goal in the history of EPL.
Number 1.
Number 1 is Shane Long for Southampton by then. He scored this goal at 7.69 seconds on 23rd April 2019 when Watford was playing Southampton at Vicarage Road. What else do you know?
This was his very first time to score a goal in the history of EPL.
Yes. Shane Long is an Irish player who has played for various teams like Reading, Hull, Southampton, and so on. That match ended in a 1-1 draw, making Shane Long the first and best player to score the fastest goal in the history of English Premier League.
Yes.